So here we are again today after a certain story checkpoint, and I thought this might be a good time to look at the menu again, look at the build, abilities, items, equipment, everything, and just to review my playstyle again before we hit, well, anything else. I'm planning to do some side content today and, well, this afternoon, and then continuing with the story tonight. So first of all, in terms of items, I had before equipped Strength Tonic, which is your attack boost, 10% for 60 seconds, and your Stone Skin Tonic, which is your defense boost, 30% for 90 seconds. And I planned on using them. The idea was to increase defense when you encounter a new type of enemy and you're learning how to dodge, which I have not been doing. And then if you find a chance to deal a lot of damage, you would then use strength. I have again not been using these. I always forget, and the only times I've used Strength Tonic is because it's the same button as Toggle's Sick. If I forgot to change from item menu to Toggle's menu with the left button, then I would use this by mistake instead. But then again, having said that before as well, I think the game is more about learning enemy movements and dodging. I think all attacks can be avoidable in this game. So rather than expecting that I will be hit and increasing defense because of that, I've now equipped all of the health restoring potion, high potion, elixir, all of these items in shortcuts. Because also in past games, like past fights, when I'm struggling to stay alive, I would need to go into this very menu to take a health potion and to just so that I have enough HP to continue the fight, which I hate doing because the game is so cinematic, it's so story driven. I don't want to go into a game menu to break that immersion, especially when I'm on stream. And so this is what I've decided, and if I do a fight and I use up all of these and still die, then you'll know that I really suck at the game. So then we have just learned or absorbed a new icon, being Titan. And I was wondering before, as we learn more, as we absorb more, how are we going to manage all of these? And turns out you can only equip 3. So you can see that I have the Fire or Phoenix or Ifrit, I have Garuda, and then I have Titan. I've chosen not to use Ramu. I wanted to keep Ramu because story, but I'll explain a little bit later. As you can see here, I have Ramu's skill equipped in Garuda's ability slot, which I found out was possible. All of the iconic abilities can be upgraded, and the last upgrade, also called Master, mastering a skill will allow you to equip it in any of these ability slots. That's what I've done, so I've upgraded Thunderstorm enough so that I can put it here. So given that you have enough abilities points to learn all of these and master all of these, then it takes away the need to have your icons here to be able to use these skills. And so the only reason why you would have an icon equipped is for their feat, their iconic feat. Which means then Phoenix or Ifrit is a gap closer, which is really helpful. Garuda is a pull-in, a grab, super helpful, especially when you have flying enemies like insects and stuff. Ramu's is you stand still, lock onto up to 6 targets, and then you fire bolts of lightning. And then Titan, which we have learned very recently, is a block. And considering all of these feats, I think Ramu is easily the one that I can afford to not use. So I'm choosing not to use it, but instead, if we look at Garuda's skills, I've kept this. I've decided not to use this because it launches upwards, and sometimes I feel like you miss a few hits if the enemy is not light enough to go up with you, but is also small enough that your last few hits in the air is not going to connect. This one I just don't find appealing. Aerial Blast I have been using is really good. It does AoE dot, and it follows the target around as well. So last time with the Titan's fight, it actually, well, Titan or Hugo's fight, it actually follows Hugo around. But what I really don't like about it is that you can't see anything. You can't see the boss's movement, and again, it's really important to be able to dodge and avoid damage. If I can't see the boss, I can't dodge properly, and so I've decided not to use this. That means that in all of Garuda's skills, I like the grab, so I'm using Garuda. I like this skill, but only this one, so that leaves one slot empty or open. So then I looked at Ramu's and chose one that I actually like, and mastered it and equipped it in Garuda's slot, which is basically what's happened here. And last but not least, I have looked at all the equipment stores and found the ones that have the highest stat. Equipment in this game is not difficult to understand. I've also purchased from the shop here 15% experience boost on top of this one that I claimed before, 10%. I don't know if they stack. I think they should, because otherwise I'm pretty sure this particular game, this particular team would have said something in the tooltip saying that it doesn't stack. And then also increases ability points earned in normal encounters by 20%. I feel like that's really important as well. Now that I'm looking at abilities a little bit more closely, and so using points kind of efficiently, I find that very important. So then, going back to our little room here, just testing everything out again. I haven't had time to look at Torgal yet. This is from last time. I think it's really cool, but I don't think there's anything more I can do to build or tune or upgrade anything. So that's that. Once again, I am using Ignition, which is really cool. If you need to, say, get out of the way, you can just tilt your stick slightly and you can easily dodge things around as well. If you have smaller enemies, I'm sure you've seen before as well, it actually grabs the surrounding enemy and they will stay in front of you as you push forward to another location. So you can gather people around. And it has been my sort of opener with a big crowd, gather everyone around, they are in a close proximity, and then I would use Flames of Rebirth, which is a given. This is definitely one of the skills you should have. It basically freezes time and does AoE damage and restore your partial health at the same time. And there is also an accessory that I think takes away 12 seconds of the cooldown, which makes it really accessible. You can use it a lot. And yeah, so then Garuda, I've kept this just because of how much damage it can do and how effective it is to use while your enemy is down. And then this is Ramu's skill, now equipped in Garuda's slot. And now we have Titan. So upheaval, just press it randomly, it's just one hit on the floor. Pretty sure it's AoE, but if you hold the button and time it right and release in the red zone here, it does a stronger version of it. And then I've learned the, I don't know what it's called, the big skill. This is Earth and Fury. Really cool giant AoE pushback, just a really cool skill. And then last thing I'm going to test out is the block, because it involves a bit of timing as well. So this is the block. If you hold it, you can hit me. So it just blocks everything. I'm not taking damage at all. I wonder if there's a time limit to use this. I don't think there is. But then if you time it right, kind of becomes a deflect. And then you can follow up with 3 hits of normal attack, which is cool. I'll be practicing this one a lot as well. And so I think that's basically it. Just playing it safe a little bit more and caring a little bit more about abilities that I'm using. Hopefully that again improves everything. I'm forgetting this again. Anyway, so I'm about to do some side quests this afternoon and continuing with the story later tonight.